$2,417 profits. That's the trading result from our commodity and futures trading according to COT data in week number 45. Hello and welcome to Insider Week. In this video, I'm going to show to you our trades of this week and the corresponding results. Before we start with our trading results, let me announce to you that we have a free webinar on November 23rd. You are all very welcome to join. In the webinar, Max Schulz will answer all your questions and show to you the path that he took. As he is a World Cup award winner of the World Trading Championship, you have the chance to learn from his experience in this free webinar. For the webinar on November 23rd, below this YouTube video and on our webpage, you can click on register and then fill in your information such that you can join our webinar. This is your chance to ask all your questions directly to Max Schulz, so take the chance and participate. Now let's get to the trades of this week. For COT strategy number 1, we started into the week with an empty portfolio. At the end of this week, we have a portfolio that consists of 2 open positions. Let's have a look at the trades individually. First market, live cattle. Many of you that follow us for a longer time, and especially our coaching participants, they know that we frequently skipped the meat markets for our COT1 strategy. That's because these markets are harder to interpret using COT data. Nevertheless, during the years, we gained a lot of experience also in the meat markets. So we started to take them into account for our COT1 strategy. On the daily chart, you can see that we are currently long 13 contracts in this market. On the daily chart, we saw a stable uptrend, which is in harmony with the weekly uptrend. We waited for our entry pattern, which appeared, and we were triggered according to our plan. After we were triggered, price moved against us and went into a correction. We placed our stop loss far enough away from the entry level such that we could hold through the correction, which we already expected. We currently are trading the February contract instead of the December contract. And for the correction, we could see that the February contract went deeper into the correction than the December contract. As mentioned before, we are in the COT1 strategy newly exposed to these kind of markets, to these meat markets. So currently we are actively improving in handling these markets. For now we are long in this market and we are waiting for the trend to continue to the upside. Next market, Bitcoin. Bitcoin also exists for futures, and that's why we also trade this market. And as the meats market, we are currently also gaining experience in trading Bitcoin. And in the past weeks, you were able to see that we were quite successful. Seasonal trend usually shows bullish signs at the end of a year. We can also see that on the weekly chart. On the daily chart, we were triggered according to our entry pattern, and at the moment, we are long 16 contracts and we are waiting for our target price to be reached. Now, let's have a few words on our second strategy, the so-called champion strategy. We started into the week with a portfolio that consisted of 1 open position, namely 13 long contracts in Bitcoin. At the end of this week, our portfolio is empty. During the week, we also had a trade in live cattle in this strategy as well. As you can see, we traded this December contract in this strategy, which shows you that the correction was not as deep as for the February contract. We decided for the December contract in this strategy because we expected to hold this market only for a few days. In Bitcoin, we had a very successful trade in the past and we expected a trend continuation. However, we didn't see that, price went down and we used a small stop loss range only, so we were stopped out. This week, we made a total gain of $2,417 in the COT2 strategy. So we are almost close to a total net profit of $200,000. As a reminder, we started to trade this strategy a year ago with $50,000 starting capital, and we are now looking at almost $250,000. As always, a few words about the CRB index, the index for commodity prices. We could see that this week we had an inside bar. These bars are not that informative. We will see whether price will continue to the upside or whether it will touch the trend line. Still, the uptrend is very active and we are still considering long trades to be more profitable for our strategies. That's it from our side this week. Thank you for your attention. How was your trading week? Did you make profits or loss, or didn't you take any trades at all? Please write it in the comments so we can discuss. And if you're already there, give this video a like, such that we know that you're interested in getting to know more information about futures trading according to COT data. Subscribe this channel, and we are happy to see you at our free webinar on November 23rd. As mentioned before, the link to the registration form is below this video. We wish you all many successful trades for the next week, and as always, be aware of the risk, because risk management is the key to success in trading.